Hello everyone. I'm going to give you my opinion of the NuCanoe Frontier 12. We've used it 8 or 10 times now, and if you're looking to buy a canoe, kayak, I thought I'd give you my opinion of this one, and maybe it might help you in purchasing what you need. Anyway, we've got the NuCanoe Frontier 12. We're going to go try to catch a smallmouth this morning. But a few features that I really like about it is they've got the adjustable rails on the sides. Basically a channel with the adjustment nut, so you can put different attachments within the boat. You can move the seat if it's just one person. You can slide the seat forward. You can adjust the weight, but it gives you options of, obviously, that we got the swivel seat, and then my little boy, he likes to fish off of the bench, so you can, like I say, you can adjust these and move it back and forth where you want it. Another thing that he uses is I don't know if I'm calling it the right name, but basically you got a stand platform that you can put in. So sometimes he'll place that. We'll put it in the front of the boat for him, so if he wants to stand up and fish, he can place this in here, and we lock it down. Essentially, he'll go in here like this. He can stand in this cavity and sort of rest himself. Just gives you something to brace off of, and he'll stand up and fish. We've only had this in the river, so from a stability standpoint, we've had it actually in some pretty rough water, and not one time have I been worried about it flipping over and dumping us out in the river. And when I was buying it, my intention was that I would have myself and 1 or 2 of the kids in it, and I didn't want to have to worry about getting dumped out in the middle of the river trying to catch them and all of our stuff. It has a good dry base or bend here in the front. It's got a plastic rubber kind of liner in it, but if you need to keep stuff dry, it's got a good gasket around the top. We usually put my wallet and phone and that sort of thing in here, so it does keep it dry. Around the back, this one, we've got the storage box. The one thing I'll tell you, when you're fishing, to get around here and get inside this storage box, it's not the most convenient, but it's still, though, it's a good place for storage if you don't want something under your feet and sliding around. One thing I would recommend is the rod holders. This comes in really handy. I mean, usually when Brantley's fishing with me, he'll have one of the rods, but if you want to have a couple different baits tied on, you can, stick your spare rod back behind you. The only thing you got to watch for is if you're fishing the banks and, overhanging tree limbs, you got to pay attention and watch for that. The back here, we've got the pneumatic sort of carrier wheels back here in the back. It works well for rougher terrain. This kayak, I don't know the exact weight. It's not a light kayak or canoe, whatever you want to call it. It's not light, but for rougher terrain, that works really well. You've just got to sort of carry the front load, the weight of it in the front, but it works pretty well in being able to move it around. They also have an option, and I don't know the official name for any of this stuff, but they've got this set of axles that you can slide under the center of the canoe. I will tell you, if you're on harder surfaces, this is the easiest way to transport it. If you're on rough, uneven terrain, the plastic wheels, they can tend to fall off in ruts, and it makes it a little more difficult. But if you're on hard surfaces, this is the way to go. Now, you do have to, strap it, get it underneath the canoe and then strap it across the top. But it works really well on hard surfaces. This is pretty easy if you're going to just be transporting it. It's got a little pin. This just slides out, and you can take this out, and when you're ready to go fishing, you can just pop that out and you're good to go. The only other thing I'll tell you about is the anchor system. they've got, it's pretty neat. It's a little pulley system, nothing complex, but you can lock it down in place. But if you're fishing and moving water, and you're in the back or in the middle and you're by yourself and you want, you want your anchor at the front, your anchor goes in the water, and then basically you can run this little pulley system, so you can run your anchor up to the front, so it's holding you, you're floating downstream with the front of the canoe upstream. So you can do that, and if you want to be to where your nose is downstream, you can roll that you can roll this anchor to the back, in which what that would do is have your anchor off the back of the canoe, so you're sort of hanging, floating, you're anchored with your nose downstream. But it works well. I usually end up keeping it at the back, that way I can get to the anchor easier, but it works really well. There's other little features. They've got some rod holders on the sides you can add to them. They've got a lot of features for these, but overall, I'm well pleased. And I guess the thing that pleases me the most is the stability when you get it in the water. I mean, he and I can get in this and fish, and like I say, I'm not worried about getting flipped over in here. I've got to try to fish my boy out and try to catch tackle boxes and fishing poles and everything out of the river. So anyway, I will tell you, if you're wanting to buy something that's stable, it's not the lightest, and from a paddling standpoint, it's not a speed demon by any means, but you can move this down the water plenty fast enough to get you where you're going. These actually, you can mount small motors on the back of them, or a trolling motor. If you're just doing lake fishing and want to cover some ground, I'd probably recommend having a trolling motor on the back. But with that paddle, we can move around all we need to, and we're satisfied with it. So anyway, I will give the NuCanoe Frontier 12, I'll give it a thumbs up. You bright-eyed and bushy-tailed this morning, Brantley?
Yep.
Got him out of the bed. Hey, but you don't have no problem getting him out of the bed when you're going to take him fishing. So anyway, we'll unload, then we'll take a vehicle down the river. I'll kind of show you how these wheels work. Obviously, it ain't too hard to push going downhill. All right, these pneumatic wheels, we had some deer traffic last night. But these pneumatic wheels work good in this rougher terrain. The little center axle, like I was mentioned before, it just doesn't work well in this uneven terrain. But these do a good job when you're in rough terrain. So anyway, this is what me and Brantley got before us today. I think they're gonna bite, Brantley.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna take a vehicle downriver, park it. Let's start the convoy, Brantley. I'll follow you down there. Hey, move on down through there. All right, we've got a retrieval vehicle in place. Let's go back and see if we can catch some fish. All right, Brantley, let's catch them. Little competition today. I bet I'll catch more than you will.
Okay.
You take that bet?
Well, we're not betting on money.
Hey, you think you're gonna beat old Dad?
Hey.
All right, we'll see. Oh, no. Hold on. Reel it slow and jerk it. Oh, you gotta jerk it now. Oh, Brantley's, he's one up me. He's caught a tree. Lad was hung up in the tree. Brantley's scored first.
And the fish has got a scratch.
Smallmouth, Brantley. I've tied you, buddy. Oh, he's not big, but he's fierce. Little smallmouth bass. And I'll show you the benefit of this anchor system. Sun's behind us, and we didn't want to be fishing with the sun in our eyes, so what we done is just move the anchor position up to the front of the boat. But if we want to turn it around to where we're facing the other way, we can roll it back and it'll turn us around. And old Brantley has reeled in. Oh, that's a pretty good one, Brantley. Brantley's on the red eye catch today.
Biggest one?
Hey, that's a good one.
Even size.
Here, let me get a hold of it. Alright, give me some slack, Brantley. Alright, I'm going to cut you off. But as you can see, we moved the anchor back here to the back. It'll just slowly rotate you around to where you can face your boat whatever direction you want to face. So that little anchor system works really, really well.
Yeah, baby. Let's go.
That's a good smallie there. Here, hold this camera. Here. Oh, we got off, but you got him in the boat. You got him in the boat. That counts.
Let's go. That was huge.
That's a good one, Brantley.
As soon as I hit the water, he bit that.
Let's see if you can catch another one.
Oh, it's messed up. As soon as that hit the water, it bit.
Fix you crawdad. That's the biggest one you've probably caught, ain't it? That's probably what, an 8-pounder? Hey, he's a good pound and a half, 2-pound fish, probably.
2 pounds, I'd say.
He's a good one. You're welcome for bringing you to this side of the river.
The best.
As we stand right now, Brantley is beating old Dad's butt.
By 2 fish.
You got, what, 5 now? He had another one on the line that got off. So
2 more on the line that got
2
off.
that got off. So right now it is 5-3.
Daddy's got him a big one on the hook.
Pretty good smallie, Brantley.
Not as big as mine, but
hey, big enough to lip, though. Let's go good in the skillet.
we're good in the skillet.
See if the camera jinxes you. Oh, what do you got, Brantley? Really all the way up. If I can stand up. Oh, he's still in there. Oh, there he goes. Alright, another pretty good little small mouth. Caught him in the old current. Hey, get there, man. Now slide it in. There we go. Now, put that in that trailer, Brantley. The winner gets to put the boat on the trailer. No, hey, you get back here and push, and I'll do the pulling. All right, 1, 2, 3, push, Ethel. 1, 2, 3. All right, Brantley, did you have fun today?
Yes.
Well, good. He ended up beating me. He caught 14. He snuck and pitched it out there a few more times on me. But if you're wanting a good little river or lake fishing outfit, the NuCanoe Frontier 12 works very well. Are you pleased with our purchase, Brantley?
Yes.
It's been a good little boat.